have a gun. Where is that? Oh man. So how's the strike going?
Yeah, still holding strong.
All right.
Pretty good day today. We had music going, making hamburgers, dancing around.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, making fun of it.
Nice. Well, you gotta do something like that. Also, try to enjoy yourselves in the process. Is the business location where you're striking at in a like a prominent location?
Yeah, it's right next to I-5, and there's a busy road that goes right next to it, so it's this constant traffic all the time.
Nice. So I was testing some tracks out to get my playlist sorted out, and I did that Shamanics RX, which is like up in the mountains and it's locked on snow. And when I was testing it, I didn't realize it was a snow track, and I put it on off-road, so I'm like, oh, hey, it's got the Vagrant in there, I'll take that. Took the Vagrant, oh my god. Bad idea.
Which track was it?
It's Shamanics RX. CHAMONIX.
Hold on. MJ wants to join the party. I can't. He's not in here.
MJ's in the party. MG wants to join the party.
Oh yeah, MG. Yeah, MG.
I'm trying to get him in here to race.
In progress.
Alright. Mr. Mushroom is in here, or has been invited.
Oh, there you are. Start a party. Oh, am I in the wrong party? What the hell happened? Wait, were we in a different party chat?
Yeah, you must have been in some private thing because you weren't. I don't know. I'm a bit confused.
Oh, MJ was in there.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you might have had maybe you might have had a discussion with him before, and then you restarted an old discussion or something. I don't know. They've changed it all.
Oh, you know, I did actually use the one that you used last time. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I'm still trying to invite people as well, so you can hold off for a second.
Here, I'll extend it one more minute.
I've got a million chats that I'm in. There's people
I
online.
doubt we're gonna get anyone else. This is actually pretty good for this.
Yeah, for Tuesday this time.
Yeah, so I've been saying to a couple of people like this. It says it is, you know, this game's fundamentally dying. Been wondering if other people would be interested in playing another racing game, you know. And as sad as it is, because you know I put hours into my creations and stuff, you know.
Yeah, well, GTA 5 can't go on forever, I guess.
Do you know what happened to me the other day? So I had a list. I only had 7 people in it, and it just kicked me and blocked my console. So I had to turn the console off and on.
Oh,
By
that's
the
pretty.
wall.
That's a pretty harsh kick.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, thanks for hosting that job of mine, MJ. What did you say it was? The aside the
Iceberg one?
transform,
Oh.
the transform thing, right? Was it or?
Your long transform race.
Yeah, I can't remember what one you said.
You're gonna want a lot of cruise on this one.
I figured.
I've been working on that Sand King 7, you know, and just refining it, and I kind of want it to be the same layout as the Transform one, but I want it to be, you know, different. You know, I want it to be a bit more polished and.
Yeah, I mean you can use up to 300 props, so you might as well use them.
Use up to 300 props.
At the moment, it's like 130.
Yeah, there you go. You got
And
plenty,
so that means
plenty to work with.
So that means that I can go upstream and I'll have enough props to do like bank corners and
Yeah.
other shit that I've learnt with advanced templates and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be interesting.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Shit, shot right up ahead here.
Yeah, so I actually seen Carlos Phillips' band live in real life. You know the player on this game?
Who?
Carlos Phillips.
Yeah.
No, kind of band is it?
I kind of want to say it sounds like Sublime a bit.
Okay.
I know you're into your punk music.
I'm all over the place.
Are you familiar with Sublime's albums?
No, more generally familiar with Sublime, but
yeah, there was like a period where they kind of got more into like the rap kind of side of things to kind of rap dub.
yeah,
It's kind of like that, you know, instead of like full-on hardcore punk, which they were a little bit in their early days. But yeah, it kind of sounds like that, and it's actually really, like, it was actually really good. So I bought a T-shirt off him in real life. So
oh nice.
So I can actually, it's crazy to say that I've actually met someone who plays this game. You know, it's
What's the name of the band?
Carlos Phillips.
Oh, it's the same as his username on the game?
Yeah.
That's smart. That's what we call an integrated marketing approach.
But it's just in, but yeah, he gave me a shout out, you know, he said, and shout out to MG. Oh
Dude.
shit, sorry.
Oh, that was you. Okay. Gee, what was that about? Holy cow.
I'm just fucking noobing it, man.
The devil get a hold of your thumb there?
I'm alright creator, but I'm not the best racer.
You're good. No, you're good. It looked a little flagrant, but yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, he gave me a shout out, and like the crowd was like, like, you know, and I'm just there like, fuck yeah, like, you know,
That's cool.
Yeah, so I was kind of buzzing about it, you know.
Yeah, no, it's always nice to be recognized for your works, and especially in a real life situation.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was weird, man. Like, but weird in a good way, you know. Just
yeah.
And yeah, it's so I bought a T-shirt off him, and I paid him back today online, you know, and
Nice.
just I just thought it was just kind of cool, like, you know. So I also met one of the guys from Hawkwind at this festival as well, you know, just camped
Oh
out
yeah,
and
Lemmy's original band.
yeah, but well, Hawkwind still exists today, but I mean, they probably had hundreds of members, you know.
Oh, probably, yeah. It's one of those perennial bands that never dies.
Yeah, I mean, they're like what, like 1969 or something?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know off the top of my head.
Something like that.
But but yeah, I met him and he had this ghetto van with lives in his van with his cat, and it was just fucking, it was kind of cool, like, you know. Before he left Motorhead, Hawkwind was pretty much just straight up Motorhead, but with a psychedelic fucking aspect to it. And I've been listening to Motorhead for however long, you know. I seen them 20 years ago when I was a kid, and I just couldn't believe, you know, I couldn't believe how good Hawkwind is as I've gotten older, you know, and actually listened to them, you know, for the last 7 years or however long it is, and I'm amazed at just how good it actually was, you know, and just how Motorhead is just, well, I mean, it started in Hawkwind, you know, pretty much.
Yep.
And every single member of that band, Motorhead, the original members, they're all dead. Yes, it's kind of fucking mad, like, you know.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, that's the way things go after a certain point.
I was talking to a friend, and I was saying how the idea of certain genres of music going extinct. Sorry. And I was saying how space rock would be at risk of going extinct. And then I went to a festival, not the one I'd seen at him, and there were these like 20-year-olds doing space rock, and I thought that was kind of fucking cool, you know.
That's pretty cool.
You know, it's like just, and they were dressed like they were like from the 70s and stuff, and like all the chicks as well, like looked like they were in the 70s. It was kind of fucking, it was kind of like going back in time in a weird, cool, non-hipster way, you know.
Well, you know, I've noticed that the media likes to push like a 20 to 30 year kind of throwback trend. So they started doing it in the 90s, like right around Woodstock, and then like, you know, it was ramping up all through the 90s until the Woodstock 99. Of course, that was a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
And then you know, in the 2000s, it was kind of, there was a bit of a 70s thing, and now we're getting to the point where it's like the 60s is about ready to come back for the second time. It's going to be like it's going to be the flashback of the flashback.
You know, like the Vans trainers from like the 90s and early 2000s.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
like
had
just
fuck, I was going to bookmark that one.
Those really big fat like fucking Acne shoes and DCs and like stuff like that, and they were like massive, and they were designed to protect your feet skateboarding and stuff.
Yeah.
And like how and then in the 90s, like you would see like the Spice Girls, and they would wear these kind of just really fat shoes. Like, I don't know even how to describe it, but they were like, you know, and they've all, so those shoes have become popular with the guys again, and those shoes have become popular with the girls again, and it's like, and then I've seen like all like these Korn hoodies, and I mean, Slipknot were always big anyway.
Korn hoodies?
Yeah.
Hoodies made out of corn?
fucking the band, right?
Oh, that corn, right?
Yeah,
Camacho
Jonathan.
or Trophy Truck?
Is Camacho
Yeah.
recommended? I mean, it's in the name.
Yeah, I'm going for Camacho.
All right. I figure the name's a hint.
But yeah, corn as in the R spelled backwards, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, that corn. I read this interview with one of the members in Korn, and they're from Bakersfield, California, which apparently is just a real shitty little California town that's got nothing to speak of other than just the usual small town drama mixed with California drama. And so this interview, this is back in the 90s, so these guys are, younger, and they're younger and famous and probably doing all sorts of drugs and whatnot, so you don't want to make, he might have evolved in his view or not. But one of the questions is like, hey, how do you, what's your motivation for music, and especially now that you guys are famous, and what's the driving force for your music? He's like, oh, I just remember Bakersfield and growing up there, how shitty it was and how much I hated it, and that's my motivation for music. And I'm just thinking, I'm all like, and I lived in a small town I didn't like, and I was reading that, and even then I was all like, dude, that's fucking terrible. Like why even bother? But of course, they're they're fucking famous, fucking multimillionaire musicians or whatever. Some of them, or at least one of them.
They were the best. They were the best at that kind of genre at that time, that specific time, and out of all those bands like Limp Bizkit and Papa Roach and all the rest of it, they were the best at. But if you listen to Korn and then listen to like the non-thrash metal Sepultura, and it's they. I mean, I'm convinced that they based their music off Sepultura. Like
that's
90s.
Funny that you mentioned that, because I've listened to a fair amount of Sepultura, and now that you're mentioning it, I'm like, you might be onto something there.
Yeah, bro. Like honestly, as an expectation, and I don't want to influence your thought here. And,
that's fine.
But listen to is it Rise and I forgot what it's called. Sepultura Rise.
Arise. That's like an album. It's like a black cover, some red little squiggly figure on the bottom of it.
Yeah, there's a certain because there's like the thrash metal in like 1999, and then there's like the one that came after, and that's like where they kind of went from thrash metal to like groove metal, and like like Korn is like essentially groove metal, like in a way, but it's like it's more groove than it is metal in a weird. Like, I don't know. That's my interpretation of it anyway. And it's good. It's good to be influenced by stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, if it's there's if it's influence rather than outright copying. That's everybody has their influences. I mean, I don't think you can do music and not have influences.
Yeah, it's like on this. It's like on
or
the
like making races, like how like everybody has the creators have their own favorite creators, and you can see elements in that.
Every single creator who, because I've had and it's trying not to put an egotistical spin on this, but all the creators that I've spoken to and been friends, and they said, yeah, I based my races off yours. Their first races are somewhat similar, but then by the time they're on their fifth job, they've just got a new style entirely. And the one thing I've done once, they've just run with that and done their own thing with it, and then that original thing's just. And it's the same with me, man. Like, I'm influenced massively by that drama.
Oh no!
And Angel Danger, into Danger Awesome 2, and you know, Theocide for that matter, and so much more people, you know.
Angel Dangler?
You know. Yeah.
Night Angel?
No, for me it was Bernie 80,
Yeah.
that guy, Danger Awesome 2, Theocide, and Drummer, and like a bunch of other people, like, you know, and like, but then like stunt racers, you know, because I used the fake checkpoints and
Oh no! Oh, I did the same thing.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I didn't do that one though.
Oh.
And I didn't push you there, at least not on my screen.
No.
This
Okay.
is a badass track as well, you know.
I like this track. It's funky. I like
Yeah.
the minimalistic props where he's just letting the terrain do the heavy lifting.
Yeah. I'm bookmarking this.
Yeah, ditto. If I remember. It's about a 50-50 chance there.
Yeah, and but I think the point is, though, is everyone's influenced by something, like, you know, and it's a cool evolution of natural progression and evolution, you know. It's I love it, you know. I'm hoping on the next game, though, so you know this bit that we're on now, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of the Everglades. I'm kind of hoping that what we're on now will just go on for square miles, you know?
Oh yeah, there'll be a
Oh
shitload
yeah,
of it.
that well, you know, that the map that's been out there, you know, that whole south end of the map is a string of islands, and you gotta figure there's gonna be like swamps and marshes somewhere on the map. Damn it! Hit a wall!
Yeah,
Come on, hit a wall! Hit a wall!
Not very many left.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Oh, I hit this one at the finish line.
Yes! Yeah! Oh, you suck. You should have done a cool 360 there. You forgot to do your Joker 360.
Oh, is that what I do?
Yeah, it's a Joker 360. That's a... You're gonna get... you're gonna get... 2.2 seconds taken off your time.
Put it in GTA mode and jump out of my truck right at the finish.
Yeah. Nice.
Do it Talk style. You've joined Talk, right, Theocide?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
one
they
make
do,
Monday. I've done that a couple times.
They do it 100% in GTA mode.
Yeah.
It's quite tricky.
Bookmark. Oh, look at that double double. Edward.
Yeah, bookmark. Oh, they all left bastards.
Oh.
Oh well,
This looks interesting.
This is a nice track.
Yeah, that looks funky.
Additional options.
Is it more? Is it like on the ground, or is there a lot of like tarmac that's been kind of slotted in?
There's about 50-50. And there's some tubes. You can go in some tubes as well.
This is like good. This guy's a good creator.
Oh yeah, Night Angel. My God, his tracks are just gorgeous.
Oh wow! All right. What?
I'm gonna go retinue.
I'm hoping on the next game as well in races. If you don't
Retinue
own
or
the vehicle,
Sylvestra.
Retinue. The other one's a piece of shit in my view.
Which one? Sylvestra?
Yeah. But
I like the Sylvestra actually. I mean, it's good for when there's more tarmac. The retinue's better when there's more dirt.
Yeah. I'm hoping on the next
I
game.
like the dinosaur. clip off of.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. That's what this track is called.
Yeah.
He used that standard dinosaur that's already on the map.
I saw this interesting clip on Reddit. It was by this genetics scientist who.
Looks like we're driving through some dinosaur bones here.
Oh yeah, nice. Who? She's like a geneticist, and she was speaking at some convention or symposium or whatever. And it was like this 2-minute clip talking about how she's not worried of a Jurassic Park situation coming up because... There you go.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. Go ahead. Keep going. Alright, to your side. That she's not worried about Jurassic Park situation developing because the DNA that the organic material that they've been able to recover in like amber and dinosaur bones doesn't act like that. Whatever DNA residue is still on there has been like too broken down to rebuild or copy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not shocking to hear it, but I think that cutoff is like, I think it's like 100,000, 200,000 years. So they theoretically could do like mastodons and mammoths and saber-toothed tigers.
That was such a sick intro to the this part. That was so nice, the intro.
Oops, sorry. Should have followed the side. Oh my God, I'm having troubles here. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Steve. That's not your fault. That was my fault.
Yeah, that was such a nice intro to this part. You know, it's so hard to. This is such a weird place to create in.
Is the sports? Is it like Tropos Omnis?
I can't remember what it was.
Probably. Maybe a Safari or a GB200 or something in there. On your left. Oh, fuck. On your right. You did the same thing there. Dude, this is a funky track.
Yeah,
I like it. Got some cool stuff going on.
He's just linking up all these random parts.
I could wall ride this final part. If I could do it right. I've screwed it up.
Yeah, the tubes are cool as well. It's quite hard to pull off tubes correctly, you know.
Dude, I pull tubes all the time, man. I got no problems pulling tubes, bro.
Yeah, I'm holding one right now. But yeah, like sometimes creators will use too much tubes, and then sometimes they're a bit boring, you know.
Yeah.
But
if you can blend tubes into your creations, like this person has done, they're actually really nice and cool.
You use the tube as a tool to get where you need to go, not as the main focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, some of those tube races that are like it's just tubes, man, they do some crazy shit with those where you can hit some super fucking these like just nutty lines where you're just doing these crazy corkscrews through these tube sections where it's like dipping and veering.
And there's shortcuts, so you can jump from one tube to the other or go the correct way.
Yeah.
But what that type of creator scene on this game, I think that creator scene is the like professional using props for what they were intended for. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like that scene to me is exactly what Rockstar would have. They're basically like Rockstar jobs, but professionally done, and they're certainly not noobs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Even though because they're beautifully built, and that's my way of looking at it. Because, like, in a sense, like, for example, all these creations, no one is really using the props for what they're intended for. A couple of exceptions, like barriers and like that type of stuff, But they thought. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh no, I don't know. I was just gonna reflect again on the absurdity that creators of this game are like. There's no compensation whatsoever for creators. Like, you get no. I mean, maybe you get verified, but even then, like, you don't. It's like all the money that this game is taking in, and at this point, like, well over half of my game time, I at least half, if not more, is doing independently made tracks that people put a lot of time and effort into making. And I'm like,
that's almost
man.
all I do.
Yeah, like that's all you do, and if you're not racing creator tracks and you're making them. And
oh yeah, I got that wall right good that time.
Oh, I did not. It wasn't really a wall. It was more of a bluff ride, and it didn't work out very well.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, it's like, for me, it's like, I mean, at least
that
give
wall
me
ride.
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
at least just give me like a T-shirt in game, or some GTA currency or something like that,
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, like, they should be. I mean, it's like YouTube, you're putting up your own content there, and then if you hit the numbers right, you get money for it. I mean, it's just like, it's like as much money as this game has pulled, and as long as it's been out, it's like, okay, how they. I mean, the thing is that there's no. Unfortunately, there's no. It's like the music paradox, where there's so many people that are making stuff that it doesn't create any upward pressure to, like.
I like you put the Hellions with the Jurassic Park graphics on it.
Oh, nice. I gotta put that one.
So probably this week now I'll hit 100,000 plays on my creations, and it's
all your creations total together.
No. I've gone over it now across 2 accounts, but on so my main account, this one now, it's like just taken over to
across alpha
to 5 figures.
Oops.
And it's like, at least give me a fucking T-shirt. Do you know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
you should get a T-shirt. You should get a.
Or just give me a hat or something.
A free press-on tattoo.
Yeah. Like, just give me something, like
commemorative dunce lobby cap.
Yeah.
The dunce. Yeah.
Oh, where did all these people come from? Must be friends
Walk
with
in
the
the park, Kowalski.
Because the thing is, like, that doesn't necessarily mean 100,000 people have played, individual people have played my stuff, but the fact that people keep coming back to what I make, that's more time people playing Rockstar games, and it's like, that's obviously pushing the
way that Rockstar
up.
measures their value in terms of their investors is basically just total amount of hours logged in a month, active player hours in a month, right? So if you're making content that takes time to get through, you are actually, they're benefiting from your work, but it's just like,
yeah.
And nobody expects to. I mean, I'm not. And frankly, it's like, I don't understand why, like, they wouldn't do it, because if you start paying the people for what they're doing already, because they love it, like, they're just gonna do more of it, and it's just gonna create. It's gonna result in higher quality work.
Yeah, yeah. I just think at this stage now, they've just completely abandoned this game. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They might just pump just shit out to it, and I doubt it would go the way that the PS4 went. When buildings aren't swarming and stuff. But I mean, I think the issue. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time the next game, the single player is released, and I think we talked about this before, and I'm just repeating what I've already said, so apologies for that.
Yeah, you're the first person to do that.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if single player, they release single players out for like a year. They'll probably be like DLC and.
They do single player for a whole year?
I don't
before
think
doing the online?
I think they're heavily incentivized to get that online out as soon as they can. Because that
should only be a month or two.
Because it's like the game price that we pay to do the single player. Like that's just the ticket into the door, right?
And most people only play online, so.
Yeah, and so but the online, that's where they get the that's they're making them. It's just like at a bar, right? Like you charge a cover for the band keeps the money, but the bar makes the real money fucking selling drinks, like all the shit after the initial buy-in. So it's the same principle.
But I mean, I see what you're saying. My thought on it is though, every single GTA that's come out has just had some kind of mind-blowing single player. So they could go one way where they go, right, okay, we're going to just abandon single player, which they haven't done. So,
you did the same thing?
Yeah, spun out right behind you.
So the fact that it has a single player, they're going to really want to sell that to you, and for you just to have this mind-blown experience on single player.
Here to kick our ass.
But yeah, I mean...
Get your wins in now.
Enjoy while they last.
MG, you just keep going. What were you saying?
But yeah, so I think because there's a single player, they're gonna want to make the single player so mind-blowing. I mean, there's gonna be so much stuff to do on the single player, and they could even just include microtransactions in single player. And I mean, that's a hypothesis, speculation. But
well, I'm sure all the work they're putting in it, like they do want people, they're going to want to try to, well, it's like the single player, I think, they're going to say, oh, we want to give people really take it in and, give them time to maybe do a second playthrough or whatever. But really, I think they're going to be scrambling behind the scenes to try to get the online component going for the reasons mentioned before. And my over-under in my head is 6 months on the outside for...
that seems more realistic, to be honest with you.
I mean, maybe 3 months, but I'm kind of thinking that might be pushing it because there's gonna be a shit ton of bugs that they're gonna have to work out. I think for like the first 3 months.
I think the real question is, will there be props when it comes out, and like that's the big question. Is there props and are there playlists, and is everything going to be ironed out, in terms of all the bugs and shit,
Yeah. What's going to be interesting is if they're going to figure out a way to like upscale the GTA 5 online engine somehow, where they can import the map into GTA 6, and then you can have the benefit of having and then like basically that allows all the races to come over, which would be awesome. But I bet you that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. And I mean, I think with that as well, I would like to see a world with Liberty City, this map, and whatever else is, and and that little island Perico place,
Yeah,
Just
Costa Rica.
all
Las
in
Vegas,
one,
San Francisco.
yeah, and everywhere, yeah, and then just have it all in one map, you know. So, I mean, that would just be, you know, that would be heaven, you know, with like 1,000 props, you know.
1,000 props.
Damn, that'd be crazy. I don't even know what people will be able to do with 1,000 props. I mean, the shit that I see that people can do with just 300, I'm like, wow. And half the time they're not even using even close to 300. So
I just to put
Imagine
it
making spirals out of single hay bales. 1,000 single hay
that'd
bales.
be cool.
I was talking to RRJT, and he said to me, so I asked him how long did it take to make the Nürburgring, and he said about 3,000 props. His estimation. So I'm going to make the assumption that
3,000 props?
Yeah, 3,000 props he reckons it would take to do it like properly, you know, the way that he would do his smaller courses, you know.
How
The Nürburgring, that's like what, a 9-minute race, right? How long?
yeah, like how long is it? What's the length?
Oh, a couple of miles, man.
Yeah.
But it's also the way that he does it, where it's like, you know, just constant layering, you know, and but you know, if it could get to that stage, you know. But you know, there's some versions of this game on the PC where people have just imported, you know, Gran Turismo's Nürburgring, and it just works, you know, and
Nerdburger.
Stuff like that blows my mind, you know.
Nerdburger. I was on the GTA 6 Reddit page last week, and there was this pretty funny post where it was a picture of this, just like this kind of back, you know, like this just lonely highway out in the middle of nowhere on like a bit of a hill, nothing too crazy, right? And then the tagline for this photo was highest elevation in Florida, you know, Gaines Point, 425 feet.
Yeah.
That was like, oh my god, 425 feet. Like that's.
Sorry,
you know,
can you explain that? Sorry, Theo, can you just extend it, please, for one moment, please? Extend the time.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, can you just explain that, sorry?
Oh, it was a picture of the highest point in Florida, which is this it's like a rise in the surrounding landscape, and it's just 425 feet up from sea level. So
yeah, Florida's a very flat state.
Yeah, 425. Yeah, like if the oceans went up 20 feet, like half of Florida would be underwater, or a third of it, or whatever.
I think the question is GTA 6 going to be just based in Florida, or as Theoside mentioned, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and I'm just assuming like the Nevada desert as well.
I mean, that'd be awesome. Like, there was one of the things that I read was that they were talking about the possibility of updates actually.
We want to get a club for this.
Like major updates being additions to the map in various ways, but there wasn't really any kind of detail. It was kind of just they were throwing it out there, and it's kind of a speculative exercise. It's funny though. They're definitely overdue for like another batch of screenshots or something, because
excuse me.
It's been almost like 300 days since the first video was released.
Yeah. Well, it was Christmas, right?
I mean, it's been about 300 days, so I don't remember the exact day, but
It'll probably be once every Christmas, you know, once every December.
That's logical. Maybe Thanksgiving. Maybe Halloween. Halloween might be because they. Like, 'cause I remember I think they released GTA 4 on Halloween, if I remember right.
And the only reason why they did it was because it got leaked by that kid.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, there's some kid just leaked it, and that is probably the only reason why we've seen the trailer.
Oh, dude, that kid is a fucking legend. He's like autistic, and apparently he managed to hack Rockstar with like some kind of what was it?
Who's going for a Joker lap?
So it wasn't me who called for it.
MJ.
Wait, I'm going for a Joker lap?
No, MG took the Joker lap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, that kid, like, props to that kid, like...
He actually, he hacked, if I recall correctly, he hacked into Rockstar.
Did they charge him, though? Did he arrest him?
He's in jail for, like, indefinite amount of time, because he's autistic, and he's totally, like, he's just been like, yeah, as soon as you let me out, I'm hacking again. Like, I'm gonna do the same fucking thing that I did the first...
Joker lap, too. Wow.
Yeah, never underestimate autistic fucking supremacy. You know, I'm fucking autistic,
autistic
man.
Supremacy. That's awesome. It sounds like a punk band name.
I mean, I'm fucking autistic, man, and like, you know, some autistic people, like, fucking hell, like, you know, I mean, so some of them are just beyond intelligent, you know, and it's just fucking mental, like. You know, but yeah, that props to that fucking kid just for absolutely just destroying it, you know. Just
to try to finish that off, so he actually hacked into Rockstar, and he's like 17-year-old kid, right? He hacks into Rockstar using a Windows Media Center monitor with like he had like a external hard drive plugged into it with some, you know, whoop-de-doo software on it. So like he was basically improvising, and he managed to get in. I don't remember what there's a whole backstory to it, because I think he was actually on probation, and he wasn't supposed to be like fucking around with computers to begin with.
He was already in trouble for something else.
Yeah. And he just hacks Rockstar and then leaks all that shit.
You know, they've just been to it like, right, you can kind of do this, or just kind of come and work.
He was on
for
probation for hacking into the CIA.
Could be, yeah, or MI6.
You know that people like that at that level get approached and like asked to work for the government and stuff.
Yeah, if they're that good, yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of, you know.
Because if you can get in that kind of shit, like, at some point the government
it's like
will
the digital
be like,
version of Rambo. I don't know if you know the Rambo movies.
Yeah.
Nerd Rambo.
When he fell off the airplane, he escaped from the airplane. That was the funniest scene ever.
I haven't seen.
Did it again.
The only Rambo that I've watched in the last like 20 years has been the first one, First Blood. That's actually a really fucking good movie. Like, that's one of the better. I actually consider that to be like a Vietnam movie, because he's a veteran dealing with, you know, the social dislocation and then also PTSD, and also being a completely and utterly like highly trained maniac, you know.
Oh yeah.
So that's a fucking great movie. I mean, like, I kind of feel like they would have been just better staying off with First Blood, because I feel like the rest of the movies really kind of detract from that, because they're just these, you know, let's go kill all the foreigners sort of movies, you know, pretext.
Yeah. The Vietnam one was not the Vietnam. The Afghanistan one was good.
Yeah.
Based in the 80s.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it's a good movie, and I mean, dude, that bow and arrow, like the bow and arrow.
Oh, wait, what the hell am I doing there?
That shit was bananas. I remember when I first saw that. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. But I was like, fuck, what was I? I was like 14 or so, or 13 when Rambo came out.
But sorry, trigger warnings, political discussion. But that film in Afghanistan was not exactly untrue about how tough the Afghanistan people were.
Oh
the
no,
Soviets.
Dude,
And-
yeah, legendary. I mean, that.
And then,
Go ahead.
and then the you know the I guess the Allies or NATO or whatever you know funded the whatever they were classed as Mujahideen, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
And then and then they got like even better, and they're like ultimately after what happened, they're even more stronger today now than they've ever
I
been.
think I might do this.
You know what I mean? But yeah, sorry for talking about real life shit.
What's the fun in that? No, that's historical and it's fine. And no, it's the Afghanis are legendary. I mean, historically legendary, like has legendarily resilient people. Like, and it's just because they live in these really harsh environment that itself kind of instills a certain level of sand, tenacity, and whatnot. And then you have the and then it's kind of a strategically placed country, so they've had to fend off people coming from just about every direction over time.
Yeah, it's fucking
You got
mental.
the Soviets in the north, you got the Chinese to the east, you got the Indians to the south. Every one of them is always wanting more land than they have historically.
And mountains. Oh, this track looks nice. Sorry, I got
This is a lot of
super
truck for this
fucking-
track.
Yeah, I put it on non-contact. I thought,
No,
you
you're
know,
good,
it's,
yeah.
it's just too narrow for this truck.
We're gonna do a big truck on a tiny track. We're just calling it a
Oh
banger.
shit! Oh shit!
Sorry for
Just you, honey.
sneezing.
Speaking just tag back on politics just for a second. Dude, Trump gave some rally over the weekend, and he got on this rant about how everybody's getting canceled, and then he's all like, "Yeah, NBC, yeah, I remember Johnny Carson. God, he was good. He was a good guy. Man, NBC really should bring him back. Like, he should really put him back on." And it's like
When did he die?
2005. This guy is just completely and fucking utterly delusional at this point. I honestly do not believe the fucking polls that it's 50-50. It's just, I know
just
he's
pray,
got fans out there. I think those polls are bullshit.
I pray just America does the right thing, and the Trump supporters, I think that I just hope that the people who and because obviously I don't want Dan Kent to win, yeah, but I want the people who support Trump to kind of come to their senses and for your nation to kind of heal, just from this.
See, the one of the
This is-
issues with conservatives is that when it's they tend to be pretty suspicious of outsiders, and it takes a long time to kind of get any kind of traction or trust with them. But when they fucking emotionally invest, dude,
That looks like
it
a pot
is-
plant on that apex.
It is like trying to get a dog. It's trying to get like a bone away from a fucking hungry ass tiger. I mean, they are crazy possessive of the people they emotionally invest in.
Yeah,
it's a cult.
Insane. It is a cult.
Yeah, it's Scientology. It's
Well, it's the cult of it's the cult of circumstantial identity, where they're the main bonding characteristics of the people that are in the Trump camp is that by and large they're white, they're living by and large, like, not in urban areas, and there's a lot of religious sentiment, even if there isn't really a lot of religious attendance, or at least they want to think of themselves religious because it justifies all their fucking idiot notions and whatnot. And they're living in these areas where, like, their idiot ideas are being reflected and reinforced by all the people around them, and then they're watching small town news channels, and half of those in the States are owned by this company that's called Sinclair Network, and they're known to be like right-wing Christian wingnut fucking, backers. So they're manipulating the news or massaging the news to kind of feed into all the right-wing narratives that get people riled up, and it's just like it's fucking tragic, but whatever. I'm sure any one of us can go on a rant for however many minutes about politics right now, so maybe we should just move on rather than having one of those mutually agitating conversations.
Well,
where everybody gets pissed off because they agree so much. It's like, you're right, but fuck you anyways. Come on, go for the shortcut. You can hit those. I thought those were
Oh,
like
the yellow
bollards.
pylons, yeah.
Yeah, I thought those were concrete bollards.
Yeah, you can just knock
like
them
mini
down.
bollards. What were you saying, MG?
this track is fucking awesome.
Pretty cool track.
The only thing that I would have done differently
More jumps.
is you can actually and that, but so you can actually ride sort of on the grass bank corner, and just use it as a bank corner. So the thing is, what's annoying is there's like lampposts that you can't delete. They're not dynamic props.
Yeah, I've hit some of those lampposts.
Yeah, you can't.
Or telephone poles,
those.
actually.
Yeah, if you.
I
could
guess they are
only,
lampposts, they're not. But they're.
If you could only remove them.
Yeah, they're totally solid.
They're totally solid. Yeah, if you could only remove them.
Or you could just build barriers that just block it off so that you can slide against them.
Yeah, but I mean, if they weren't there, you could just have this epic bank corner.
It would be I just had an idea for like a prop.
Like that wrecked plane, that's cool.
You know what prop they should do for like light poles and maybe even smaller trees, like not like trees, I should say, would be who's skis or has gone snowboarding?
I've done both.
Oh, you've done both. What about you, MG?
Say that again.
Have you ever gone skiing or snowboarding, like on a like a?
I've done skiing.
Okay,
on
so
a dry slope.
Oh, dry slope. Okay, well, when you're on hills that have like chairlifts, the chairlift poles, what they do is they have these big pads that they put on the chairlift pole. So if anybody's skiing and loses control, rather than go into the metal, they go into this big puffy pad.
Well, nice.
I just had this idea of like they should add that to Grand Theft Auto. I don't know, it'd be a cool little. Oh, I was gonna put like that. What was the name of that one? No, I'll look it up. 712, 612.
For that, okay.
Well, do you know? I've spoken to you about this before. Do you know like games like Descenders? Have you ever played that game?
No, I've never played Descenders.
Well, with like snowboarding and skiing, but more so snow. Like a lot of my kind of flow is based off that.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And a lot of that is the same flow in mountain biking.
That's all like gravity based motion, right? So you wanna you're picking the lines that work off the natural gravity, and but then with cars you have the benefit of engines, so you can like make those lines do things that they wouldn't otherwise do, but it like slots into the terrain
Yeah, it's
better.
about like keeping the pump, so it's like having a jump, but then if you have an epic landing, it just gives you so much more like.
Oh yeah, like dude, on your races where you get the where you get the landing ramp lined up for the exact fucking sweet spot of that jump for that whatever car it's locked to, whether it's the same thing or the trophy truck or whatever. Dude, it's I fucking love those parts, man.
And it basically that keeps the pump going, and you basically sort of like pumping these jumps, and that makes you go faster and faster and faster, and yeah, and then normally you would have like a bank corner to all that, and then you can just have a job like mine where I keep the speed keep going, but I don't want like a flat out job, so it's like an oval and it feels it's hard to catch up, because if you're actually good at the trophy track you can just catch up, you know, because like some of my jobs are just you can just hold R2 the whole way, but it's quite hard to do it, but if you learn how to do it, you know, and basically
there's a line. There's a line, and there's an R2 line. You hit the line, you don't have to take off the gas. Dude, this is a funky track too.
But I've been playing
Drummer 4D, man.
Oh, this is a Drummer 4D. Oh shit, I haven't done this one before.
Yeah,
now you say it, it's like, okay, this. Yeah, I was gonna say there's like dear buongiorno. Where's my spaghetti and the meatball? It's me, Mario.
I've been playing a lot of Gran Turismo recently, and what I get away from it is the emphasis on decelerating for corners, and just trying to, whatever I get from that game, trying to apply it to the stuff that I make within that kind of flow, so it's not just big jumps for like no reason. It's, you know, and that type of stuff,
it's a balance, right? Because you wanna, it's like you want to have some more kind of technical parts in, just to make it so like when it opens up you like appreciate it more.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of all, like in my brain, like I convert all this stuff into music, right? And like it's funny because it's a lot of the same principles apply from one to the other, of like writing a good song or a track versus making a good track. Yeah, it's about then dynamics, theme development and progression, and then like, you know, then the other like, you know, and then like the actual sounds that you're using specifically, like, you know, when you're, which like in a track the equivalent would be like what surfaces you're using, or
it's like a rhythm, like a
oh yeah, there's definitely like a rhythm. Yeah, I mean, racing is rhythm, like that's you know, you're getting that rhythm of the track.
And especially like with like jumps and stuff like that as well, and like skate parks and things like that, you know. But I mean, going back to GTA 6, like what I'm excited about, because, you know, like when I was creating back in the day, I mean, I would make these, in my mind, like alright jobs, you know. I would have thousands of plays, and like just for one job in, you know, a couple of weeks and stuff like that. And now some of the stuff that I make now, my mind, I just think that it's not the same. It's not like, there's nothing the same as like what I used to make to today. Maybe someone could disagree with or see something similar, but in the two that I can't see, and I'm sure there's probably a couple of things, but I mean, like, it's to the point where I don't even play any of my old jobs, you know, so it's like anything with thousands of plays, I just don't play, you know, but there are a couple of exceptions, you know. But what I've made with 300 props is, and the Arena Wars props, you know, I mean, just there's so much more freedom to actually what you can achieve. You can start, like, your foundations are just so much more vast than, you know, with only 200, you know.
Yeah.
And you can build wider out and, you know, make a 6-track, but then have like loads of stuff to fill the track with, and you know, there's just so many options, you know.
Man,
and
on
like,
this track, I gotta say this, I like going into checkpoint 8 is like this cresting downhill, like large half moon turn.
yeah,
Down into kind of a switchback right there. Dude, I'm in a Tropos rally, and there's a fucking line where you can just hit that full speed the whole way through up until that next turn. Fucking unreal. I was, oh my god, I was like laying down. I like had one tire that was laying down rubber like the whole way, but it was like full tilt.
Tropos. I had a Tropos too. Yeah, it was sweet on this track.
Dude, that was bookmarking that fucker. You're good.
Sorry, guy. Just fucking fuck off, Pat. Come on, I'm falling off. I'm racing. Oh, I fucking can't. Sorry.
Fuck you, Kenny.
4 laps. Alright.
I want my... Normally I put mice on the TV just so she, like, tries to go for the... And then I just turn the mice off straight away. That's how I get off my life.
You know, use a crowbar and some pepper spray.
I was saying though, there's no way you can go back to your PS4 account. So unless I pay, it's like, so to go back to the PS4. So if someone says to me, "Hey, can you do this on a PS4 job?" It's like, no, I can't. I'm not willing to pay £14 for an account with like no cars.
Yeah.
On the PS4. Like if it was just like, hey, you, because I know I have done it before, and you know I've made stuff like, you know, I don't know, attempted to make a PS4 job.
Quite the international tour going on here. We got the.
I'm gonna use Draugr on this one. I think Draugr was probably your best
Italy
pick.
adventure, and now we're doing the French guys race.
Oh yeah,
Draugr.
We're gonna go through snow on this one.
Okay, I'm definitely doing the Draugr. I was like, kind of wanted to do Ratel. Oh, snow. No thank you. Unless we all do Ratels.
I think
Rattle.
We got another. Do we have another race for Ratel? Let me see.
I mean, I will be fine if there's no Ratel race.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be.
I like racing it, but I mean, I'm not gonna be like crying my beer if I don't race it.
Yeah, that was the earlier playlist. There was a race for the Ratel.
Yeah, snow for the win as well. I fucking love it. The best thing they ever did on Creator was just give us snow.
Yeah, I don't know why it took them so long. It's like, here, 10 years later, here, you can have snow now.
I'm hoping that's going to be the case on 6 as well, even though it's in Florida.
Yeah, it never snows in Florida. I don't know if they've ever got snow there.
But I think it'll
snow down there once every 20 or 30 years. They'll get snow somewhere in the state.
Up on that 400-foot hill.
Yeah, it's exactly that high in elevation. You know, it gets pretty cold up there, 400 feet up.
But on Christmas, Christmas
Day,
that
was bad. I fucked that up so bad.
If the
I got the checkpoint. Never mind.
If the tradition continues of snow on Christmas, that would mean that there would be snow in Croatia.
They're gonna probably do snow on Christmas. I mean, it's like, you know, they're not trying to make like a fucking Florida simulator here, right? Like, it's not gonna be a real life simulator. They're gonna take Florida and they're gonna take all the notable parts of it.
Yeah, you know, Los Angeles, I don't know how often they ever get snow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Well, Los Angeles might get snow west of Florida. I mean, who the fuck knows?
And into the game with like the Oppressor and like the Ruiner 2000 and stuff as well. You know.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
that's
their
a really
equivalents.
nice-
They're probably. I think they're gonna probably have other. I don't know. Maybe they'll do the Oppressor again.
That was a really nice jump down there.
This is a cool track. Again, I did the same fucking thing. That's not a viable line. Damn it. Yeah, it looks cool though.
This track really works really well on motorcycles too.
Oh, I bet. Is it like what, like Sanchez BF 400?
Yeah,
like,
BO400 Sanchez. I think BO400 is the fastest one.
Ooh, I could get behind that. I like me some BF 400. That actually, the BF 400 might be my favorite fucking around vehicle in like a free lobby where I'm like just either cruising around or killing time waiting for something to shoot.
Oh, I
fill
hit
up.
that. Dang it.
Oh, that.
I tried to go through the
yeah.
middle.
Oh, you got fancy.
I mean, you can get through the middle if
Yeah.
you're perfect at it, but if you're a little bit off, you're going to hit the
Yeah,
side.
there's not a lot of clearance in the dragger, and then you got the snow factor in it.
So stunt cams really disorient me.
Yeah, those stunt cans, I mean, they're cool. I appreciate the effort, but they are kind of, you know, it changes your focal point.
Oh,
Oh, now it's just me and Pow Air.
It's your race now.
Well, it's Pow Air's race for the moment. He's ahead of me, and he's not showing signs of driving worse than me right now.
Yeah, he's a good racer.
Ooh, I remember to do that, though. Well, that got me a couple seconds back.
Oh man, I remember like back in the day, you know, like logging on and you know, just there were like 30 people in like lists and stuff like that, you know, and
Yeah.
I literally haven't been in a 30-player list this year, you know.
Teddy on his Friday night list, he was he was up at 24 at one point on this last Friday, but the list ended up being was more like 20.
Yeah, the one make
19.
Mondays you get pretty good attendance too.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm already like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
only
lucky
have
if
so
I
much
have-
time in the week for doing playlists, and I mean I'm honestly kind of feeling like I might have to step it back a notch because I got so much shit to do.
I used to do, you know, for various crews, and I would get, you know, 30 players and like loads of people trying to join and shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm lucky, well, if I get like
Power
10
did the same thing you did. Oh, he just opened the door. Sorry,
Uh-oh.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but
I actually got into having playlists with like 10 people or even 3 people, so I would make, you know, creations like just smaller, you know.
Yep.
So I've got like a load of like just ovals and like stuff like that, just like fun small stuff for like small lobbies, and because it's something that I haven't really, because a lot of my jobs are built for like 30 players, you know.
yep.
And so like ovals, and otherwise, you know, if you're on some like massive oval with say just 3 of us, as soon as we get out of each other's slipstream, it's just becomes boring, you know. So what I've started doing is making really small ovals and things like that, you know. So it's probably the same ratio of cars around you as what you have on a big cape, like, you know. So I guess if you make an oval for 30 people, so it needs to be, you know, a third of...
Definitely the best line to take to the left of the tower.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a much better line.
So for 10 people, I need an oval 1/3 of the size of the 30-player oval. If that makes any sense.
Yes.
So.
Oh, I recovered! Holy shit, I almost messed up there. I almost did the same thing you guys did, but I recovered and Power was right there, but he's still...
He's right on your ass.
He is right on my ass.
He's waiting for that one mistake you're gonna make.
Oh, I didn't make it! Ha ha! Wow.
See... Yeah, it's cool in the ice.
Oh,
I hope one day, you know, just even if it's a game similar to this or whatever, let us spray, you know, sort of ice down or grass down, you know. So if you have a plain prop, let me just spray a bit of paint, a bit of grass on it.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
In textures, and that would be really cool. Like, you know, so if you want to,
I love how the wheels are all snowy. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So say you wanted just some road on, say, Chiliad, you would just have some like spray can in Creator, and you would just spray a road on, and as for the longer you hold it, then it just becomes fully tarmac, you know. And just like and you could just have intense roads that you have to drive on.
I think I've done this one before.
Yeah, we've done this one.
Shit, I might have this. I don't know if I put it in the playlist.
Also, as well, I haven't played it, but I've been told that Hot Wheels game, you could make your own tracks. But
I've seen some cool tracks. I tried playing, like it was on like PS Plus.
Oh, Mark II for this one.
Tried it, and I don't know, the driving it's very arcade driving, like it's like you're drifting all the time. I don't know. I like that. Maybe I've just gotten too used to the GTA driving. 'Cause, I mean,
I was told with the Creator, so all the props are rigid apart from a couple of dynamic props and a couple of signs and stuff like that, but they're all rigid. But on this game, you can sort of like twist and bend and stretch and squish like certain props and stuff.
It's Play-Doh props.
You know? So you can just make totally unique parts of the track by just bending them.
The Hot Wheels game does this?
Yes, yeah.
You know what'd be cool? I just had this idea right now. So for like GTA 6, they're gonna like have this special edition Creator Blu-ray equipped Play-Doh, where you can take a big chunk of Play-Doh and then like mold it in whatever shape you want, and then register that as like the prop that you want to have. And you just build your own props like that. Just change it you'd have to make them one at a time or whatever, and then register the.
What would be awesome one day? Just let me go into like an excavator. What do they call them? Excavator.
Yeah.
And just let me just start digging holes in the floor, you know, and then let me make a jump out of that mud.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Power.
Shit.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
You know, so just like, and that, you know, man, like, and then let me put that mud in like a truck, and then I can just drive that truck downtown, and then.
Well, you're getting really detailed there.
Yeah.
And then I'll take it out with like some digger or something.
Or you could go. You could take that truck and then go up to grapeseed and then fill it up with a bunch of cow manure, and then take it downtown, and then make jumps out of it.
that's what I want. Like,
You're gonna have a whole
big old-
construction crew here.
Big old Vinewood cow pie jumps.
and I'll just be like, and I'll just be in some part of the map. I'll just be making some huge hole where I've just stole, like, you know.
Stop a mud hole in the map.
Yeah, and just the map's just going to be full of like jumps, you know, from top to bottom. Everywhere you go, there's going to be jumps, and then you can just put like checkpoints wherever you want, like, oh man, like that would be the dream, you know. And then just, you know, the same thing with roads, you know. Well, you know, if the roads were all like twisty and bendy, like I mentioned on that other game, you know, like, man, like Creator would be so sick, you know.
Yeah, well, like you said before, I think they're kind of moved on from, you know, their focus has gone on GTA 5 right now.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I think they're pretty much gonna, I don't know, there's probably not gonna be too many more creator updates before now and GTA 6 comes out.
Do you know, I mentioned I was inspired by Gran Turismo?
Yes.
And when I say Gran Turismo, I'm more mean so real life courses. So there's so many layouts to so many tracks. You know, some tracks have loads of layouts.
Yeah.
And what I've learned to do is make parts of the track. So if I wanted to, I could just delete, say, 2/3 of the track, but there'll be one solid line still up. So I could just have infinite variations on...
It's almost like modular tracks, where you can just take out a section and then still, like, you can still slap a whatever once, you know, like stitch it together, and then you got a whole different track.
So when I've been building tracks, I have that on mind. I mean, that thing I showed Theoside in the golf course, obviously I wouldn't be able to do it there. But this new Sand King job that I've made, I've worked out that I can just delete just one hairpin and then just keep on going forward and have shitloads of props, you know. And then there's like and then towards like the south by the sea, I can have some just offshore, you know, crazy prop Sand King fest over there and all this other stuff, you know, if I really wanted to. And then I can do a version of that track and then just have like a spiral and stuff for the stunters. And I've been trying to think more in that way, you know. And
yeah, interesting.
And I'm just kind of hoping that Creator's just going to be exactly the same, and I'll be, you know, I'm still kind of, there's still so much to it that I don't understand, you know what I mean? There's so much of a nuance to
I mean, it
Creator.
seems like they really made a pretty deep tool set, I guess, you know, or like whatever. I mean, there's what Creator's been out for what, 6 years now or longer, like in GTA 5.
First it was just checkpoints, right?
Yeah.
So it was literally just checkpoints, so not even like boxes or anything like that, right? Is that correct?
I don't know. I haven't really monkeyed around with Creator much myself, so everything that I know about it is mostly from talking to you and Theoside and Drunk Tank.
Theoside, is that correct?
That it was only checkpoints?
So when this game came out online on Creator, was there only checkpoints?
I thought most of the old school land props were in there.
When it first came out.
Yeah, I think there was always props.
So okay, so there were always props. Okay, I was unaware of that. So based on that, if they release Creator, that I'm gonna make the assumption that there will be props but whether or not it will be a handful of props, I think the thing really is, are they going to be good props? You know, that's what I think we really want to know. You know, not like stupid things like single barges and things like that. You know, well, I'm not into those anyway. You know, personally. Well, I know you can do cool stuff with them.
Oh, John Matthews is here.
Like, give us some, give us
John
some
Matthews.
big wides.
I don't know if I want to do this in contact or not.
Oh, let's do contact. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Look at all
It
those.
is kind of tight, though.
Look at it. Let's just, we'll just call it a banger. A Zen banger. Like, you just let the contact come to you. We do off-road, so what?
We got injection or doom buggy.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
I like the injection myself.
Well, this is I don't own a dune buggy. That's.
Oh, you get the injection though?
Yeah, I do have the injection.
Yeah, injection.
Dude, literally, it spawns at the broken bridge in the north of the map.
What does the doom buggy?
The doom buggy, yeah.
Oh
it's the broken bridge at the north of the map. It spawns there.
Yeah, that's where I got mine. Yeah.
That sounds like something from like a J.R.R. Tolkien novel. The broken bridge
fellas,
at the north of the map. Hey,
how's it going, John?
Not the buggy. That's it. Yeah. Do you know what? I haven't made a single thing for the Dune buggy. I'm wondering if I can include it on the golf
start
course.
now. It's just there's probably a reason for that.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Oh.
I'm stuck.
John Matthews got knocked off.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Quick.
I think there was a little back and forth contact in there.
Oh, this is
fuck.
nice.
This is a different
Is
sort of.
Is this PS3?
No, but I made it for the event where you were supposed to do. It was called Nostalgic. Ooh, sorry about that.
You got a van version of this?
Is this old school physics?
Yeah, it's a land race.
Land
They
race.
had the one location for all here at the Rex's Diner, and then you had to build a nostalgic themed job.
You know, in land races, though, VSI, there are stunt props, though. You know, like there's tubes and stuff, isn't there?
Well, you can't use those in land races. It'll turn it into a stunt race if you use them.
Okay, so you only... But then how do you know which ones are the old school props, then?
Well, everything that's after the stunt props are all the old school land props. It starts with everything from barriers up to
Bananas?
bananas.
Berries and bananas.
Berry. Oh, no, not berries. Yeah, the old school land race barriers up to the dynamic props. Those are all the old school props.
Yeah, the smoothie physics, right?
But you're also allowed to use the race buildings, the garages, and the race building and the spectator stands. Those will still use in these races without turning it into a stunt race.
Cool, man. Well, I'm gonna...
And I think you can use those smoothing props too. Those new smoothing props. Someone said you can use those in land races.
Yeah, like the smoothie props, the berries and bananas, right?
Yeah, berries, bananas.
Yes, make a smoothie.
That's right.
Sorry.
Oh, man, I think I might have to retire the trophy truck and just start creating for this Dune buggy. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's a pretty niche thing for people. I mean, I'm all for branching it out. But
Yeah, you can always
like,
make copies of your trophy truck races and then make a Doom Buggy version of them.
Well, I'm just wondering if it can be added to the tier 2. What? Like,
okay, wait. I have a question about the Dune Buggy. If you buy a Dune Buggy, can you take it to Los Santos and get it all tuned up?
Yeah, you can tune it up, but there's no modifications for it. You can
What
put
do
the
you mean?
turbo. You can put the turbo in the engine mods, but there's no additional mods. Like there's no
Oh shit!
spoilers. You can't change the wheels. You can't lower
True
it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
and
It just jumped out of nowhere.
dude, you can nick it from the north of the map, you know. Yeah,
All right.
Lee Buck showed me where to get it years ago. I mean, this custom one is actually.
Well, you
pretty
do a
good, you know?
job, and then when you exit that job, you can go find it on the map there. It'll show up after you do that job. I forget what the job was that you do.
Is it one of the heists?
No, it's just one of the Rockstar missions.
Oh, there's vehicles. Not vehicles. Animals. Oh, I'm hoping for manual gearboxes on the next game as well.
Well, there's kind of a manual. You know, you can upshift and downshift in this game.
Yeah, on that. What do they call it? Drag racing.
Well, you can kind of even do it in like regular racing, where you know you like quick tap the, like if you're over revving your engine, you quick tap the R2 and then it'll upshift.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if quick tap and braking downshifts, but
I would be hoping for, you know, X up and square down, like most normal racing games, you know. But I mean, it's hard to say, you know, what they'll do. But I mean, with that drag racing, I mean, it does make you think: are they experimenting? Are they just testing it to see what's up?
Oh,
yeah,
dang it!
They're beta testing a lot of the new stuff they want to put into GTA 6 and these updates. So it's not a logical speculation. Power.
But you were asking for vans on this race?
No, no. I was just thinking. Kind of remind me of like a Teddy race, and Teddy sometimes does like, you know, he's got like that one race. It's like that.
Well, vans are available, so
yeah.
Pretty much all the classes are available. And then I made 3 tiers of this track too.
That's cool.
And I only restricted the vehicles to the original 2013 cars that came out in GTA 5.
Oh, it's the OG cars. All
yeah,
right.
it's only the OG cars.
You should. Is that in the blurb?
Yeah, they're all listed in the description.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. How beta?
Yeah, so these would be this is tier 1, so these are the fastest of the OG cars.
Nice.
After this, I'm gonna have to go back and bookmark some of these jobs that I forgot to bookmark.
Okay, Warner.
Yeah.
Do Warner. 6 laps.
I think there's only one or two that I missed that I want to bookmark.
Just regular Warner?
The Warner.
Okay.
I don't know if I've done this specific race before.
Yeah, it's a nice track.
A lot of these, I've done a few, double handful of these gravel pit races, so they're starting to blend together.
Yeah, it's a popular area.
Have you guys got time to test a couple of jobs?
I could be persuaded to do another race or two after this.
I've yeah, so I've I've updated to test a job that CSI wanted. Yeah, it wasn't ready to be brought out, but I'm gonna try and bring it out for next week.
The Sand King 7?
Yeah.
You worked on it more after.
Yeah, I've been working on it today as well.
Yeah, sorry, got to a late start through.
And then there's that golf course thing as well.
You worked more on that too?
I haven't really touched that. I don't think, but I want to show you some other classes. I didn't want to show you the off-road class. See how it handles in the Strider and.
Oh, you got sports locked to the Streeter?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. The Omnis is just too fast. It doesn't work as well as you'd think it would.
Yeah, you think it would. It looks like a track it would work on.
Yeah, but there's one jump where, because of the speed.
Oh, you go too far.
You would hit a barrier, whereas you jump high on the trucks, but not really particularly far. But on this one, yeah, it hits. I was just hitting part of the map, so it's a little bit too airborne.
OMG, sorry, bud. Want me to wait or just try to keep going? You were fish down there for a while. Thought I was following a land dolphin. A desert dolphin.
Yeah, this car's a little slippery.
It likes to, once it starts moving, it likes to really shake it.
Shake that ass.
Shake it, Moneymaker.
No, I hate to say, but I fucking hate this car. It's just such a
it's not my favorite car, but I don't know, it's one of these cars that at first I don't like it, and then I drive it a bit, and then I start appreciating it.
It's like for years, this was like the only rally car we ever used for sedans.
I've had that with the Boer. Like, the Boer is not an easy car to drive, right? Like that Subaru Brat, knockoff.
Well, like the Vamos is so bad that it's actually good.
Dude, the Vamos has like after steer. It's the fucking weirdest thing.
Yeah, the
driving
bumps steer it.
Yeah, the bumps. He likes to go up on two wheels at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, the Tulip and the Arbiter all have the same thing.
Yeah, well, the Tulip I always thought was a little bit more stable, but I mean, yeah. But the Vamos especially, but it has it's the only car in the game that I've noticed that seems to have after steer, where it feels like you're steering, you're going into a turn, and then you center your joystick, and it takes half a second for the car to respond. It's fucking weird. It's what is this, steering by wires or something?
I've got I made an oval in the snow with insane banking. And it
has a chunk missing out of the rack and pinion.
And in
it's got a rack but no pinion.
In the snowy oval, it's just locked to the Vamos in muscle, so it's just absolutely crazy.
That sounds interesting.
And this oval's on a slanted angle on top of.
Oh, I know. All right, I've done that oval with you. I don't know, a Vamos, if that's one of the tracks you're gonna test, I'd prefer to do the other ones first. So
when you no, I don't need to show you. I don't need to show you that track.
Yeah.
But because that's already out. But there's yeah. So with that, I think I actually did remove the Vamos actually. But when you spawned, you just couldn't drive, so you'd have to fall to the bottom of the track and somehow work it out, get the traction. Then you got to go. It was the most trolliest thing I've ever made. It was just. And
starting a whole new race format. It's torture racing.
Yeah, but once you got it going, it was just. I mean, what I was thinking about doing was having a boost on the downhill section into the third corner. You know, turn 3. So you're just going to just be smashing against the inverted wall. You know, it would have been totally horrible. But I was just making it terrible. Well, because I mean, the thing is, it seems to be a tradition that creators would always have one sort of like trolley job, you know. And I've never really had a intentionally trolley job, so I thought, well, I'll get it out the system now, you know.
I wonder what my troll job is.
It's not like bushes.
Not in the least.
But I learned how to do it by, it's basically the same principle how stunt creators have these ribbons that go on for, you know, for 200 props. It's the same principle, you're just moving these templates over it, and you've basically got the whole creation in, say, 5 templates or whatever, 6 templates. And there's a mystery prop, the ramp is a mystery ramp, and you can just spawn the ramp inside itself multiple times. You can just spawn the ramp inside itself 300 times if you wanted to.
Or you could just spawn in the ramp and then have the ramp make a whole bunch of little baby ramps.
Yeah, but what I mean is like just inside it, so you can, so you would have to delete it 300 times until it went away. But the thing is when GTA 6 comes out, if you're unable to spawn ramps inside itself in the exact same place as you can on this game, and only prop you can do that with, to my knowledge, is that ramp, then that would make stunt racing and ribbons a thing of the past, unless they learnt a new way how to do it.
I want to make a race down in the gravel pit, and then name it Naval Grit.
Bandito.
Oh, okay. Bandito Venturo. Oh, this is a different goose.
Do you remember on Vice City they had that the dirt bike track? There was like the off-road dirt bike track.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that's going to be on here, and it'll be hoping it'll be epic.
It was also in Vice City that had the crazy through the buildings threaded all the way through the downtown core. Had this stunt. It was like a stunt race for bikes, essentially, that was threaded through all.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing, when I finally found that, I was blown away. I mean, that's that's essentially the beginning of stunt racing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Or at least like.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, to the snow.
The thing is, all those jumps were like lined up perfectly. They weren't just random jumps. They were all just lined up perfectly, and.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I keep getting stuck on shit.
Yeah, that was fucking badass, that. So yeah, hopefully that will be in it.
Don't you feel like you should really get a curb boost off the brake pads? I mean, they're all raised, right?
Jump.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Get off the wall.
Some of those weeds are floating in the air.
You mean like it was like smoked and then like somehow like rebuilt itself in the air?
The Rockstar messed up on placing their vegetation.
Oh, fuck off, cat. Fuck.
This
Yeah,
is a
just-
crazy race. I like it.
Yeah, sorry, my cat just put claws in my knee.
Fill in the blank. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what cats do.
Yeah.
That's how they tell you they love you.
Oh no,
With their
fucking
claws
weirdo.
and their teeth.
I'm so bad at the bandito.
It's a tricky one. Ooh!
Call of
It's
Duty.
another physics. It's a different physics entirely, isn't it? Really?
Oh yeah,
Fair
it's,
to say.
it's like cartoon physics. I mean, it's cartoon dimensions, you know. But I mean, it's actually probably. I mean, I haven't played around with RC cars like that, the really good ones. But I mean, it seems like it's fairly. Oh my gosh, a little wide. Oh,
Imagine
Oh, I
bad
didn't go
bounce.
fast enough.
Imagine if you could have the actual trophy truck on this scale, with the actual trophy truck physics.
See, that'd be interesting. Be like miniature.
You want your
Yeah,
trophy
yeah.
truck to act like a bandito?
No,
No,
like
not
if he
act like
actually
it.
like shrunk the car so it's got the same physics, same dimensions, just are the same proportions, just smaller scale. So it would
Yeah, exactly.
handle like a smaller version of itself rather than the Bandito, because the Bandito is kind of goofy.
Yeah, we just shrunk the vehicle.
You just want a bandito that handles like a trophy truck?
Yeah, or
Well, I
just
mean
the,
that's one way of putting it. I think he's saying he just wants a fucking mini trophy truck.
so this track wouldn't be the Bandito, it would just be the trophy truck. One or another way.
Well, one of the lids was a trophy truck lid for it.
Yeah, well, I know he's saying that like the physics,
Ooh.
like try to get the.
Yeah, if they could do that, that would be so interesting, you know.
I basically got the Sasquatch lid on mine.
I think mine's kind of the trophy truck lid. It's got the net. Ooh, hoo, hoo.
I'll tell you what. One thing they never brought out on this game was the helicopter and the small plane from the other GTAs.
Vice from San Andreas.
Yeah, yeah. There
Yeah.
was the small plane, the small helicopter.
Yeah, but
there was
didn't they have drone missions? I mean, there are drone missions, so it's like I think the drones kind of replace. That's the.
Yeah, I
like-
suppose so.
Oh,
yeah.
you're talking about an RC airplane.
He's talking
Yes.
about RC airplane and helicopter, and I'm just saying that the drones kind of have that function now. So it's.
There was also the Blood Ring banger, which from San Andreas, which we haven't had, or we haven't had any Blood Ring banger missions on this game. In the stadium, they had that sort of like parkour thing in the stadium, collecting smaller checkpoints, and they've never brought that on here.
Well, I missed. Oh no, there's checkpoints up here. Okay. Thought I missed. A
There
checkpoint.
was the stadium never had racing. I think they had NASCAR on San Andreas. There was also the the hovercraft from San Andreas. We haven't had that.
I want to see, dude. I definitely want to see hovercrafts in GTA 6.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and those big fan boats,
Oh, you're guaranteed to have that.
the swamp boats. Yeah.
So
Oh.
maybe they're just saving it for that game. You know, all that type stuff.
Damn it.
Yeah, Zancuda's not much of a swamp area, then you get.
Could you imagine though, HSW style vehicles, which are insanely fast, but with the destruction of the single player cars? Because you know some of the vehicles on this game you can completely crash.
Oh yeah.
But
You only have
with
to
H,
race with Teddy or Carl on Friday or Saturday night, and you'll see.
Yeah,
that
they
right
only
crap
use
right
those
before you.
vehicles, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and
wanna-
Teddy is crazy. He's all like, I don't even get armor on any of my cars. I want to see the damage.
I want to know what vehicles. I want to know what vehicles they are.
Well, you know, if you're up
I
late
get-
on Friday or Saturday nights, you should
Yeah.
jump in with Teddy.
I think a lot of the old school coupes, they take a lot of damage.
starts
The Sand
hour
King
after
gets
this
pretty
playlist
beat up
does,
too.
which is funny for how massive it is. What it's supposed to be.
I'm just
Was the Glendale one of them? That's one of their favorite cars.
Oh yeah, they like the Glendale. That perplexes me. Their car preferences are just baffling to me. It's not. It's
Right.
more Carl than I think anybody else. And Teddy got sucked in. It's like a cult. No, not a cult.
I'll quickly load those jobs up. I'll load the sound.
Oh. PSI with the win. How many firsts did you get?
I got a few firsts.
Okay, you got a few. Alright, I could only see the end of the list. I thought you had at least one.
Yeah, I was doing pretty good at the beginning of the list. I got a lot of firsts at the beginning of the list.
I had like one first, but I got like a double handful of seconds.
Appreciate the
At least
hosting
I
there,
heard.
TSI.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks
yeah,
for joining.
yeah.
I've
Good
kept
playlist.
Some of it, at
That's-
least.
That was some fun tracks, man. That little
I'll
Italy
be back
track
in a
was
minute.
Sweet, sweet. It was very. Fuck. Oh man, I wish I could do the Italian stuff right off the top of my head.
I'll load up those jobs real
Well, I
quick.
guess you can wait until Theosite gets back.
Yeah, that's cool. I've got serious hay fever. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's probably hay fever.
We have autumn, or what do you call fall.
Yeah, it's the fall. It's the there's a must drop. There's a pollen drop, and then the mold spores start forming.
Yeah, yeah.
If you got bad allergies, you should try doing like neti pot. You know, the nasal irrigation. Drain that shit once a day. It actually helps because a lot of that allergy responses are stuff your sinuses getting bogged down, and then they're irritating themselves even when it's not being like, stuff just kind of builds up.
The mushrooms are going to be coming up soon.
Oops, there's also that.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. All right.
Did you already send the invites out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Sure, yeah.
get it. Just gonna get it up now.
Doing through the party chat?
Yeah, I'll just invite the party chat. Yeah, so the mushrooms will be coming up soon, so normally go picking.
Well, as long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I
You don't wanna.
I
you don't
fixed
wanna-
the
You don't want to
I
eat the
think-
raw mushrooms.
I fixed the Liberty caps, and like once you see a Liberty cap, you can never But yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't go and just pick mushrooms to eat without really
Yeah,
know
no.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
It's
just
it's
say
more
that 'cause-
dodgy. It's more dodgy, sort of in America.
Did
because-
John Matthews log off? Or is he...
He's invited. I don't know. He's stepped out. No, he's
But
he's muted.
Oh.
Matthews, you want to jump in on this race? You muted, motherfucker.
Yeah, in the US, people look for the wavy cap, and the issue with the wavy cap is the wavy
Oh,
cap.
drunk tanks popping in, huh?
Oh shit.
The issue with the wavy cap is the wavy cap has a poisonous identical look-alike, apart from some minor details. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, if you're looking for like it's quite like this mushroom has a lot of psilocybin in it, which is the good stuff. But then you could just, if you don't know what you're doing, you can just pick one that you're just gonna fucking kill you, like, you know.
Yeah, bad mushrooms. It's a bad way to go, man. It's usually major, multiple organ failure happening over the course of days or weeks, and then they can't do shit for you other than maybe do a transplant. But it's hard to find the right things in that amount of time.
Oh yeah. Are you joining John?
He might have had to step away for something. I don't know if he's going.
I'm just gonna start it up.
All right.
Yeah, because there was that case in Australia where some woman
I remember this. Keep going. Go ahead.
and
Sorry.
so she just like fed some like family, just some like, and there's like some mushroom called like the destroying angel, and I think that like just one of them could kill fucking
Amanita. It's the Amanita phallides. It's the death angel. Yeah, like you said, it's it's a white mushroom, and it's actually a very close sibling of the Mario Brothers mushroom, the Amanita muscaria, that's actually in real life. That's a crazy psychedelic mushroom. That's like it's not even psilocybin. That's like the active ingredient. It's like muscimol and something else. And they have some kind of crazy synergetic effect. And one of the funny things about the legends of those mushrooms is that shamans would take that, and then they would swear that they would like become giants and fucking have like these super feats of strength and be able to jump. So like that, the Mario effect is actually kind of lines up with the traditional like lore around those.
There's a
except for maybe throwing fireballs. That one not so much.
There's one more that's like that. It's basically like that, but it's got a yellow top. I think it's called the Panther. Or Pantaria muscaria or something like that.
Okay.
And it's even more strong. And I've been told that. Well, I watched this thing, and that Paul Stamets guy was like the mushroom guy was basically just saying that it's got like a repetitive like motion syndrome. So if you went to like say put a CD on, you would constantly, put a CD on, press play, sit down, then you stand up, take the CD out, put it back in, press play, sit down, and then you would just do that for like hours. And there's like all this stuff in like history where there's this case I think in Germany where people were like dancing like for absolutely hours.
St. Vitus's Dance.
And
that's the name of that.
I've heard of that. And I don't know if you've ever heard of the band St. Vitus.
No, I haven't heard the band, but I St. Vitus's Dance, I think, is what you're talking about. So
yeah, and basically just like all these people just. I don't know exactly what happened to these people, but it was just like.
There's actually a whole story behind that. So, in Europe, for a long time, especially Northern Europe, the main grains that they were growing for the for, you know, their food was rye. It was more rye than wheat. So they'd have to store the rye, and you know they're based, you know, they're making, you know, their equivalent of barns, except that it's all, you know, medieval or earlier structures, so they're not exactly watertight, or, you know. And so what would happen is, when it would rain, sometimes water would get into the, you know, go through the roof, get into the rye, and then the rye would start mold would start growing. Yeah. And the mold that grows in rye, it's like they're called ergots. And it turns out one of them is extremely psychoactive. So what happened is that the water would then accumulate and then drip down through the ground, and then get into the groundwater, and then come back up through the well that they're using. It's probably about 100 feet away, if not, you know, closer to where the, you know, the storage, you know, barns are. And so the whole fucking town would end up drinking this water, and then they would all be tripping, because the specific ergot fungus that grows on rye is the psychoactive one is it's the main ingredient that LSD-25 is derived from. Like, LSD-25 is essentially a derivative of this mold, right? But the mold itself, if you eat it, like, you'll trip, and then you'll get a lot of energy, but it can also, like, induce, like fucking some weird shit. I think there's, like, even, like, gangrene, like where your limbs start rotting. Dude, it's pretty gnarly shit, man. Like, it's kind of like horror story from the Middle Ages.
Oh shit.
So that's where LSD-25 comes from, and it's kind of.
I was actually offered LSD this weekend at this festival that I was saying I seen Carl Phillips at. I was so tempted, but I was just like, nah, man. Like, you know, it's.
Yeah, you definitely gotta respect the acid, because that's among other things. I mean, it's just a major time investment. You know, it's like, I'm gonna be tripping balls for 6 to 12 hours, so I better make sure I'm occupied.
Yeah, I've got my head around mushrooms, but LSD.
That's a whole different level. That's,
yeah.
I don't know. I think mushrooms are one thing, and if you're microdosing, then, you know, you can kind of ride that for, you know, extended periods of time. But you start throwing acid in the mix, that's a lot to throw in the mix.
Yeah.
It can be too much of a good thing, I think. I've known a lot of old hippies, and I've seen what too much acid usage does to people over time, and it's not pretty.
well, there's that thing that the issue is that, so if you say one acid tab on acid is the equivalent of, say, I don't know, 3.5 grams of mushrooms, dried mushrooms, let's just say on average.
Yeah. Maybe a touch more, but yeah, more or less.
Those mushrooms, okay, I don't know, let's just say they've got, like, say, you know, 50 calories in them, and that's enough space in your stomach, you know? There's a limitation of how many psilocybin mushrooms you can actually eat, you know, before you just simply won't be. But then if you've got sheets of paper...
Oh, dude, you can get yourself in trouble with acid.
Yeah. Or if you just, I've heard cases of people spilling that shit on their hand, and it's like, yeah, that's how you like.
The second time I did acid, the guy would only, it was at Lollapalooza 2, and the guy would only sell me a 5-strip. So I ate and it's a tiny little piece of paper, and I was like 16. And, you know, it's like the second time I've ever done it, right? So I'm I'm looking at this tiny strip of paper, and I'm all like, and the guy was telling me, he's all like, man, this is double dipped. It is fucking high potency. So I'm looking at this little strip of paper, and I'm like, I don't know. I want to make sure, because it's like beginning of the festival, right? So I'm like, I want to make sure I'm in a good place for the whole thing. I don't have to think about it. So I ended up ripping off 2 tabs, and I ate those. And then, dude, I was just flying. And then it was the kind of thing where it was like I didn't have to count for my time for like 3 or 4 days after that. So I ended up gave like 1 or 2 hits to a couple friends, and then I ate the rest of I think they ate like the last hit or a hit and a half later that night, and I tripped for like 3 days straight. And dude, I'm glad I did that, but I don't necessarily recommend it, and I definitely don't recommend doing that more than once. But it was amazing.
I'm just gonna quickly load up this golf. Has everyone got a striker?
Yes, I do. Pretty sure Theoside does.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure Drunk Tank does if he's game for another one.
Yeah, so this is the other one. This job's pretty much done. The only thing I haven't done is done what Theo suggests. What's his name? Geo suggested moving all the neon Apex props facing the sort of the right direction.
Oh yeah, he was talking about that on the Sand King job.
Yeah, but I haven't. So it's the same principle, but I fixed the Sand King job, but I haven't fixed. I haven't fixed. I fixed the Sand King, but I haven't fixed the this. So that's the only thing that I have to really do. But yeah, you guys join in?
Yes, I'll be there in 1 second. I just gotta get a timer going here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sorry about that, y'all. I'm back.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, there's John.
That's me.
Do you guys own a donk as well?
Oh yeah, I got one of those finally.
If y'all give me just a second, I got one more little errand to run real fast, and I can join y'all.
Yeah, I just invited the
all right,
the chat, and I'm appearing.
All right, I'm gonna take advantage of that, and I'll be right back.
I just gotta get my shit resupplied. One more building.
Have you ever seen that thing where, and again, I'm not saying I believe it, but there's the idea that the pyramids were constructed with some kind of vibration. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, sound waves.
And I was like listening to it the other day, and basically it's like the idea that, I don't know if it was moving blocks or exactly what it was they were suggesting, but I just thought like the idea that there's technology that they may have had that, it's just humanity is just forgotten about or something like that. But I'm not saying that I believe in it or not, but I was quite interested,
Still working on the title for this job? Just calling it golf?
I don't know. I don't know what to call it.
Maybe golf RX, rallycross, something like that.
Call it flog.
Golf rally. I don't know.
I have been just thinking about yeah.
Flog.
Flog.
Golf flogger.
I was thinking about calling it Donald Trump's golf course.
Oh no, you should you should
What
Google
was his golf course called in Mar-a-Lago?
What-
The Trump International Golf Course.
something like that.
TIG, TIG.
Tig old biddies.
I like the sound of it already.
I was going to have it so there's like the Russian flag, and I was just like going to just have it so the Russian flag's burning.
Oh
Oh
God.
shit.
But I was like, oh fuck, like
You should
know,
you should just make a Russian flag somewhere where we're all driving over it, because that's it's a little bit more
Yeah.
subtle.
has everyone got a striker? Oh shit, do you want us to
Yeah.
respawn you? Oh, the sixth. Oh, he's not in the chat, is he?
Yeah, don't worry about him.
He can fend for himself.
But yeah, I kind of don't want to cause a storm.
A
I've
storm?
caused enough storms. Yeah, I've caused enough storms on this game.
Or you think
my
he's just
time,
gonna like
yeah.
hate you forever because he doesn't own a Strider?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about burning a Russian flag.
Oh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's leaving. Yeah.
He's like, fuck this. I don't have a Strider. I'm out here.
I was thinking CSI too. I mean, what should happen is it's like, right, okay, we're using a striker for this event, therefore we're come to the car meet, and then you can just buy it off us, and just have car, because you can't buy this thing anymore, can you? But I was like thinking, if you do an event where you intend to use this car, then if anyone who's in the chat or party who doesn't have it, like before the event, just make sure everyone can buy it. I'm tempted just to message him now and be like, look, meet me in the car meet and you can just buy it,
Yeah.
It is actually
I don't know if
really
he's
good
like
car.
really regular at this event, so it probably doesn't really matter to him.
He's sort of a regular in the stuff that I've been doing. I'm gonna let everyone take over.
I mean, I always post the vehicle list before every event anyway, so anyone can look at it and ask if they want to get a vehicle, and I'll get it to them.
This question for you: has anybody ever come to you about recreating the track they already had?
Recreating one of my tracks?
No, like say they have a track and they want it recreated and come and get you to recreate it.
Oh. I don't think anyone's ever asked me to recreate one
It's
of their
almost like a
tracks.
commission.
Yeah. If I showed you something one day, would you maybe keep it in mind to try it if you ever had time?
You want me to recreate one of your tracks?
Yeah. I'm trying to find somebody that can, but I was
What
always
type of
more of a
tra-
fan of the old school props, and you do a lot of the old school prop work really well.
Yeah, I could make
Ooh,
it
it's a
as
commission.
make it as a land race.
That's all I ever made. It ain't good by no means, but I got a few that I like the layouts of, but if they were made better, they could actually be decent, I think.
Yeah, let me know what track you want. I'll take a look at it.
You get some extra time one day, I may just throw a few of them in a list and run some one laps on it, let you look at them.
Oh, what do you reckon?
Wasn't K-Dog doing one for you?
Yeah, I had a dirt track that was popular for a little while that he was going to try to update with some new props and stuff. Which he had been through it a little bit, but he's on his hiatus or whatever, so.
Yeah, Noise is doing some sort of NFL game now.
Yeah,
What do you reckon of the track?
I like it. It's got good flow. Took me a minute to get a line down, but
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's a good track. It's got
It's
a
not
nice.
to current. It's in current for some reason. That's just. But I
I prefer that. I like weather conditions kind of just naturally occur.
The actual holes, you can't. They're not. You can't delete them, unfortunately. But if you hit the hole, it kind of slows you down more for the corner, so you can kind of use it to your advantage.
I feel like I've had this conversation with my wife and she didn't get it.
Nice, good GG. But I've never. I mean, I suppose I did that one job where I went through the golf course, but I've never made like a circuit in here.
Yeah, the streeter works really well around here.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
Got good, real good flow.
Yeah. Yeah, it sits right in the groove on this
Oh,
track.
now if you don't clear the little jump at the top of the hill, you will ramp check on it. So you just have
Oh
to
yeah, that step up. You gotta
Yeah.
hit that. You gotta hit that wide open. I think
Yeah, I
two out of
jumped.
I
I'm
think 2 out
thinking
of 7
about-
laps I've gotten up clean on that.
I've gotten up clean every time except that one. For some reason, it caught.
I bet those in a stock vehicle would probably hit it more often.
Well, you probably land before the edge.
Yeah, I think I think I'm gonna like remodel that jump so it's like wider, because I jumped to the side and missed the landing entirely. But yeah, I mean, you know, Theoside, if you want one of my jobs for next week, I mean, it's like two available you can choose from, you know, and then I'll save the other one for another
Yeah, man.
event.
I might run this one on Saturday night if that's okay with you.
You haven't published this
Yeah,
one yet,
yeah.
have you?
No, I haven't, no.
Oh, okay.
As I'm still working on the Sand King, are you alright if I just doing this one? Theoside?
Yeah, whatever one you have finished first, I'll run that one.
Yeah, cool. Because this one's only, I only really need to remodel that jump, and it's a very easy remodel, do you know?
Yeah, it's just get it done before the weekend. That's usually when I work on the playlist.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Theoside, just give me a heads up when you got some free time one day or one night if you're on. I'll throw something together and just show you some of the shit.
Okay.
Don't expect anything good. It's old, but once upon a time they were fun.
Yeah, I think the Strider is badass. I really enjoy it, like. It's such a shame because I mean, no one really owned this car anyway, then they removed it. I mean, I was staggered that there's loads of people in the off-road community who don't even have it either.
Yeah. It's a forgotten car because it was down there in the sports class and no one even bothered with it.
Such a good car.
I've only got to race it a handful of times.
Yeah, there's not too many races for it.
Sorry.
Teddy's got it locked on a couple of things.
Yeah, I've definitely done it on a few of my tracks too.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones years ago I always wanted, but didn't have space up until all the garage space they've given us over the last year.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, thanks for testing, thanks for hosting. I don't know if anyone else has got anything they want to test. I'm down, otherwise I'm gonna
All right,
jump
I'm
on
gonna
and
have
try and
to
fish
hop
more.
off here, gentlemen. It's been
All right.
fun, but I gotta,
Thanks for joining.
yeah, I gotta get the rest of my night. But that was good playlist. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, side. You getting off now? Or you gonna be on for a minute?
Yeah, I can stay on if you want to show me something.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to